For this one, first thing that I would personally try to do is draw like a little number line. We see that our split is happening at -1, and then to the left of -1, we're working with x plus 1, and then to the right, when x is greater than -1, we're working with x cubed. All right, so if you look at the first function, its limit that they're asking for, they're looking at the limit of negative as x goes to -1 from the left. So you would cover the right, and you would only see x plus 1. So that's the function that we'll plug into. So if you plug in your -1, you'll have -1 for x, and then plus 1, which will give you your 0. Okay, so that's straightforward enough. Then you go to the right-hand limit, and for the right-hand limit, again, you would cover the left-hand side to the left of -1, and all you would see would be this x cubed function. So you'll be plugging into -1 into x cubed. So you have -1 to the third, and that gives you -1 as your limit. Now, when you get that these two one-sided limits are the same, then that tells you on this third part where they ask you for, or these two one-sided limits are the same, then that tells you on this third part when they ask for the two-sided limit that it will be a does not exist. And that's again because these are not the same. Okay, so those three limits are very much connected to each other. Then they ask us about the limit as x goes to 0. So here again, I would kind of draw yourself a little picture of what's going on here. You got your -1, okay? And then once you get your -1, to the left, you know that you have x plus 1, and then to the right, you have x cubed. Now, when you look at x going to 0, then if you identify that on the number line here, at x going to 0, you would be over here, right? You would be at -1 and then to the right of 0, or to the right would be your 0. So if you look at 0, it doesn't matter anything about this x plus 1 function. The only thing that will matter in terms of that function would be the x cubed function. So you'll be plugging in 0 into x cubed. Okay, so you don't have to look at x plus 1 because 0 is so far away from that -1 split point. So you'll get that the limit is 0. All right, and then the same thing goes for x is going to 2. If you identify where x is equal to 2, you're over here. You are solely on that x cubed function, so you'll be plugging into x cubed, so you'll have 2 to the third, and that will give you that the limit is 8.